Redlining.
Welcome back to Redlining. Another beautiful day in here in humid Auckland. Isn't that right, Richard?
It's very hot in here. It's very hot outside.
Yeah.
It's been a completely scorcher of a day, and I'm pretty tired by it. But I'm feeling very excited about our guest today.
I am too. And it's the one and only Dilby. How you going, brother?
I'm very well, thank you.
The name, where'd it come from?
Well, it's not that exciting. It's what all my friends have called me since I was about 10 years old. My name's Dylan, so Dilby, it's one of these things like pretty much everyone in New Zealand or Australia has some shortened version of their name, and that's mine.
Oh.
Is Dilby really shorter than Dylan?
Not really, is it?
I don't know. It's a Kiwi thing. I don't know.
It sounds nice.
It does. It's got a ring to it. So when you actually started performing, did you instantly know you were going to be Dilby?
I mean, I guess it wasn't that thought out at all.
Yep.
It just kind of made sense. The funny thing is, so I live in Germany now.
Yep.
I'll be playing in a club in Germany and someone will come up and say, "Hey, what's your DJ name?" And I'll say, "Dilby." And they're like, "Oh, Toby." Because Tobias is a very common German name.
Okay, yeah.
So, and I'm like, "No, Dilby." And they're like, "Yeah, okay, got it, Toby."
Whereabouts in Germany are you? Berlin? Or?
Berlin, yeah.
Yeah. How are you finding it?
Love it. Well, I've been there since 2012, so.
Yeah.
Oh, a long time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Are you resident citizen or you just...
Resident, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So I moved there. We went for a 1-year vacation.
Yep.
And kind of just stayed.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's normally the way it goes, though. Stay for 3 months, end up living there for life.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Did it have anything to do with your music career that you stayed there, or was it just coincidence?
That's kind of a lot of the reason why we stayed. It wasn't the reason why we went. Well, it kind of was. I can tell you the story if you want.
Yeah, no, I do. We've got an hour, let's go.
I mean, I was living in Wellington, working a corporate job, and I was a bit kind of burned out. Decided we needed to get away for a year, and we were going to go snowboarding in Canada. We used to go snowboarding every weekend up at Tura, and about 6 months before we left, my wife told me, "Hey, I need to talk to you about something. I actually hate snowboarding."
Your wife said that?
Yeah. The only reason I go every weekend is because you and all our friends are going.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, well, thanks for telling me now, not when we get there, right? And she said, "Look, I've got lots of friends in Europe, so I'd like to do that." And I thought, well, Berlin seems like a great place. The music scene there is good. So, yeah.
So what came first? Moving to Berlin and then getting into music, or getting into music and then moving to Berlin?
I started kind of DJing around the early 2000s and kind of did it on and off, and then got into music production. I don't know. I dabbled with it and then kind of started taking it seriously around 2009.
Yeah.
But,
so what was so you said you were in Wellington. So are you from Wellington?
So I grew up in Nelson.
Right.
I moved to Auckland in my early 20s and then moved to Wellington and lived there for around 10 years.
Oh, yeah. So what kind of got you into electronic music? Was it being in Auckland? Because I can't imagine Nelson was a pretty thriving place, right?
No.
Was it Nelson?
Well, yeah, it kind of was. So when I was a teenager, I was into skateboarding and hip hop. And I thought electronic music was pretty average, to be honest. But there was this festival called The Gathering, which happened every New Year's in Nelson. And it was actually a really cool festival, very kind of underground hippie type thing. But it was the only thing going on in the Nelson region. So I used to go to that every year, mainly to get wasted and talk to girls, and I wasn't really there for the music.
To admit
I wasn't really there for the music.
Yeah.
But then when I moved to Auckland, I got around that time anyway. I got really into house music, and I guess kind of the club scene here at the time. And so, but I feel like I'd been kind of primed for it from those experiences.
Yeah. So what was your kind of what kind of style were you first introduced to? So what kind of music was at The Gathering? Let's go that way.
They had a bit of everything. So they had like a drum and bass stage, a house stage, a kind of trance and psytrance stage, hardcore, like happy hardcore.
Sounds great.
So everything.
Yeah.
It was that 90s eclectic kind of mix.
Yeah.
But what I like when I started buying records and stuff, it was progressive house, I
Yep.
guess. Actually, kind of at the time it was labeled progressive house, but I feel like it's quite similar to the music that I make now in a way, maybe a modern version.
Are we talking kind of global underground stuff?
Yeah, bit of
Yeah.
that. But I guess there was a big scope of that kind of stuff, which went from kind of deep house to like almost trancey kind of stuff. And I was more on the deep house side of it. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. And what sort you say is 90s we're talking here?
Sorry?
Well, we're talking 90s here, are we? When you
That
sort of
was,
first
I
started
think-
getting into it.
Yeah, I mean, I was in my, it was like the late 90s, I guess, when I started going to this festival.
Yeah.
And then early 2000s when I moved to Auckland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you said just earlier that you were doing a boring office job in Wellington. I'm always curious to know what that was. What drove you out of the country?
I was. So I studied marketing and management, and I was
Oh, yeah.
doing that. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't done it since. So
Yeah,
mentioning
no,
names.
fair enough. Yeah.
it's
Wave goodbye
a
to that.
chapter that I'm
Yeah.
whatever.
Living in Germany now and not looking too much at looking a little bit at the economy and the way the world is at the moment. Do you look back at New Zealand now and think, fuck, I dodged a bullet. This has been the best move for me? Or do you still pine for home? Do you think you're going to come back here one day?
You sound like my parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's every year when I'm back. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like parents and extended family. So when are you guys moving back?
Yeah.
I mean, it's always a hot topic. But I don't know about dodged a bullet. Like I guess like just taking a different path.
Yeah.
I wouldn't probably be doing what I'm doing now if I'd stayed. Berlin at the time when I moved there was super cheap, and there was a lot going on in the kind of music that I'm into. So it gave me a lot of opportunity, which I wouldn't have had here, like through the music and connections and stuff, but also just the ability to kind of take my foot off the gas in terms of the financial aspects of life, right?
Yeah.
It gave me a bit of freedom there, or a bit of leeway there to focus a little bit more on music, which I probably wouldn't have had in New Zealand. But then I kind of also look at it, and where a lot of my friends here are kind of own multiple houses and stuff, I have a touring DJ career. Which,
So you come to New Zealand quite a lot, right? So you're here every year?
Yeah,
or
here
so
every
often.
year.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, massive difference between two countries. So obviously, like Berlin, it's busy. There's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
So when you come to New Zealand, is it almost like like a holiday? I know you play a few gigs here and there, but is it like do you notice the difference from getting away from that kind of hustle and bustle, coming back here, especially to Nelson, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, Nelson, so okay. One thing that I notice here is everything closes so early. Like
Yep.
there's cafes that close at 2 p.m. It's like,
Yeah.
isn't that when you're supposed to be doing your kind of lunch trade? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then everything by like 5 p.m., the whole town's shut. I don't know if it's quite like that in Auckland, but
I think cafes do. They shut around 3-4 o'clock, don't they?
Oh, 4
Yeah.
o'clock? No.
No,
It's
3
3
o'clock.
o'clock at the latest.
3 o'clock,
So
yeah.
a lot of places close at 2, a lot of places close
Yeah.
at 3. Last call's at 2. That's what
Right.
the kitchen closes at 2,
Yeah.
and then you're out by 3. And then the bar scene's atrocious now. Everything closes at, 1, 2?
I think it depends. The thing is about Auckland, we said this a lot on the show, is like most of the bars here are very generic. They all play the same thing. They all like are the same thing with the same people, and there's not really that many bars that are a little bit different. I mean, from the electronic music scene, there's only really a few left. A lot of them are closed, which is kind of sad, really. You go out to Auckland, you go to the Viaduct, it's a meat market. You either go to a place that's playing like a dreadful covers band, or like Top 40, or it's pretty shit.
There's no big clubs anymore.
Nah.
Like back in the early 2000s and that, there was, they changed the name all the time. There was Float, or Left Field, and then it became Float or something like that. Then you had Loaded Hog, and they were clubs. They were massive. They were big places, pumping
huge.
money through, and they were really, really. It was a lot of fun. There's nothing like that now. There's
I mean, even K Road and stuff. When I lived here, like there'd be say a big event on at what was it, the St James or Ellerslie Racecourse or something with a few thousand people, and then K Road would still be pumping until 6 in the morning. With
I
don't know,
forgot
like
about those
10 or
St James
so
gigs. Those St James
That place
gigs
was
were
amazing.
It was great.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
That's
now
the
it's
old
gone.
theatre, isn't it? Is that old theatre or
It's an
something?
old theatre, yeah. So they've knocked down everything surrounding it. I think the theatre's still there, but derelict, and they're redoing it eventually. But it takes for fucking ever here. But no, I forgot all about the St James because I used to go to some fucking cracking gigs there.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about New Zealand, Auckland, because we've gone over that. But I'm really curious to know about Germany and what clubbing's like out there. And I'm assuming that because we've all heard about clubs that just go on for the whole weekend and stuff.
Yeah.
So from a gigging point of view, what's it like to gig out there? I mean, obviously it's completely different.
Yeah, I mean, Germany is it's quite different to most places in the world where I've played, I think, in that it definitely has this kind of 24-hour aspect to it, especially Berlin. Like Berlin's got like quite almost like clubbing tourism kind of thing. Like it's a destination for people to go for the weekend, and you can get an EasyJet flight from the UK, check into an Airbnb or whatever, and come back on Friday night, and then come back and get your bags on Monday before the airport, because the club's open. There's like one of my favorite places to play in the world is a club called Sisyphos, and they open Friday at midnight and they close like Tuesday morning.
Oh, that's insane.
Monday night, Tuesday morning.
24 hours, just keeps going.
Keeps going.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And is it like busy all the way through? I guess it's like quite a transient crowd though, or is there people there stay the whole weekend?
I mean, it's up and down, but it doesn't, it makes sense for them to stay open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. So when you go and play have you played? Okay, so here's a question: have you played there when it's maybe 40 hours deep, and you have a look out to the crowd? What kind of crowd is it that are in there around, let's say, Sunday night?
It's not that every person who's there arrives at midnight on Friday. And then,
that's what's going through my head.
Yeah. So it's a mix, but like. You definitely get like it's a very special atmosphere. Like they have a no phone policy kind of thing.
Amazing.
So you go in,
that's great.
they put a sticker over your camera phone, and then which does two things. It gets people off their phones, but it also means if you're a doctor or a lawyer or just someone who doesn't want to end up acting the fool on social media, you don't have that concern. So people kind of lose their inhibitions a bit more. And then it also takes, because it doesn't start at 11 and close at 2, there's a bit more time to play with. So the DJ sets are 3 or 4 hours, and you can really kind of express yourself musically. It's amazing.
That's interesting. So the long set, obviously that appeals to you. So when you what's the kind of longest you've gone for?
I mean, that would be some after party business probably for I don't know, 6-7 hours or something.
Wow.
But
is that something you prefer to go for a longer set so you can sort of?
I mean, ideal like 3 or 4 hours is great. Yeah, but it depends. Sometimes 2 hours can feel like forever, but it depends on the club, the crowd, the environment. But I think I find it. It's the whole kind of 1.5 hour set thing is a bit, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do in that time, and it caters to this kind of impatience of modern, I don't know if it's just music, but modern society. And
I guess the style of music that you play sort of it leads itself to longer sets as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially with like blending tracks together and
exactly.
Do you sometimes play off 3 decks, or do you ever play live? There's 2 big questions.
There's 2.
Let's go with the 3 decks first.
3 decks. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And using loops and shit.
Exactly.
Like that.
Always.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What about live?
I've kind of. I've never taken the plunge. I've kind of at different points thought maybe I'd like to experiment with it, but
Sorry, what do you mean by live?
Like playing my own music,
Right, gotcha.
recreating it live, like
Right.
like something like Out of Sorts, Antics. Those guys have
Right.
been playing live for years.
Yeah,
gotcha.
They're really good at it. But I've kind of thought, I think it takes a lot of work to, first of all, create the live set, and then also to perfect it, because you don't want to be figuring it out on the fly, I don't think. So I've always kind of gone, is the cost benefit worth it? And I've said no, I'd rather spend that time writing music and focusing on that side of it.
Sweet. Do you just stay in Berlin, or are you getting around to other places like Hamburg and all that sort of thing?
Oh yeah. I mean, I play these days. I play in Berlin probably maybe once or twice a month, and then the rest of the time I'm playing outside around Europe. And then I do, obviously tours here and stuff. South America, North America, although not the United States. That's complicated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, visas.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not like this. Here comes stupid question number one. Is that a recent thing?
It's always been pretty tough, but
Yeah,
it's gotten pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like it's expensive, it's difficult.
Is that something that affects you not? Okay, I'll try and word this properly. Affects you not going there, or promoters not booking international DJs because it's too much hassle?
No, it's like there's a big scene there. It's more like I'm probably not at the level where it makes sense for me to invest the time and money into making it happen. I could probably, before, I don't want to make this too political, but before the current administration, I was in the process of doing the visa application, and it became a lot more expensive, a lot more difficult, and a lot less certainty that it's going to happen. So it kind of felt like not the right time to pursue it.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
So when you're on the road and you're doing international touring, is there any techniques you use to try and get over jet lag or fatigue or anything like that?
I would say I'm pretty good at most aspects of this job, but sleeping is definitely not a superpower.
I haven't met one of you yet that is good at sleep,
right.
to be fair. Yeah.
Right. I find it difficult to sleep on flights. I find it difficult to sleep under pressure. My wife would make the perfect touring DJ because she can just sleep like that.
So annoying people.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I think literally that's one of the most difficult parts of the job is just, that kind of changing of the time zone and not getting enough sleep, having late nights and early flights and
So what do you do on a flight if you can't sleep? Or do you try and do something to try and get to sleep? Or do you think, well, look, I'm just not going to happen. I'm going to open my laptop and have a play and maybe...
It varies. Sometimes I'll watch a movie or whatever. I find it really difficult to work, like to make music or something on the flight. But I normally do most of my preparation for DJ gigs and stuff on planes. Yeah.
From a fatigue and tiredness point of view, sort of how when it actually comes to gigging, and actually going down to do the do the gig, do you sort of try and get yourself checked into a hotel beforehand and get a couple of hours sleep, or are you one that literally gets off the plane straight into gigging and the adrenaline kind of gets you through and then you crash afterwards? Or
normally I try and organise way too much, like doing podcasts.
Those annoying bastards that keep messaging me
all the time.
Jesus, come on.
No, I try. You have to be a bit adaptable. You know? There's always, especially these days, there's a lot of delayed flights and cancelled flights and all that kind of stuff. So, but ideally, kind of check into a hotel. Just it's more like it's even if you're not getting a sleep before the show or something, it's just nice to feel situated and not trying to avoid the stress too much that traveling can have.
Yeah.
Out of all the places that you've been to, you said that you've been to South America and obviously the rest of Europe and all that. Which are the most responsive audiences?
Ooh.
Or the most fun, or most responsive?
Yeah. It sounds, I live there, but like I was saying about Berlin, you get this amazing vibe there.
Yeah.
And then in a way that kind of spoils you for other events and other, because you've kind of got this bar set and that's potentially quite difficult to achieve.
Yeah.
But South America, amazing. A couple of shows I've played in Thailand over the last couple of years, amazing.
Yep.
But places that kind of have the same ethos about like their approach to the club, approach to almost like educating the audience on being there for the music and that kind of thing. And Shipwreck Festival here, where I was just playing on the weekend, it's insane. One of the best shows I've played in. Yeah, it was amazing.
First time you've been there?
Third time.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
What stage you play?
On the main stage on Saturday night. Yeah.
Cool.
Did you have to queue? Sorry, I had to say that. Sorry. No, we'll brush over that. Right. So, what's the most unusual place or country you've played in? Like that someone might go, "Whoa, you played there?" In the last couple of months, I've played in Georgia. Which is like
really.
What was that like?
It was really cool. Amazing party.
Yeah.
It was in this like off-site location. I don't know. I'm not sure what it was. Kind of like almost like a day spa or something.
Oh,
there
really?
was like a pool inside, but it wasn't a pool party. It was like So it had this really kind of almost like palm trees and stuff inside. But
was that in the summer?
No.
Oh,
it was in the winter.
Right,
it was in the winter.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. But amazing location and like really cool people. And it's, so it's kind of in this, it's between the Middle East, Eastern Europe and Europe. And it really has this kind of combination of those cultures. It's, really cool. I also played in Montenegro a couple of month ago. So like, really small, coastal Eastern European place. Yeah, amazing. Nice. Next to Croatia.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's some really nice places to go on holiday around there.
Yes, for sure.
Like that people don't even know about in Europe.
Yeah.
When I was in England.
Keep it to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I had this kind of...
Apparently real estate's pretty good around there as well.
I'm sure it is,
like all around those areas, it's like you could either buy... spend $4 million on a bungalow in Ponsonby or buy a castle.
Now you're talking to your audience. Kiwis love real estate, don't they?
They love it, don't they?
Yeah.
Portfolio is the buzzword, isn't it?
Yeah.
I need to build up my portfolio. Yeah.
I think I'd rather be DJing around the world and building up that portfolio.
It's definitely more fun.
Yeah. Talk to me when I'm 80.
The opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh, that crypto never worked out.
Yeah.
So, is there much of a Kiwi community in Berlin?
Yeah, there is. I'm actually, I'm not doing much work on it because I'm here. But a few friends and colleagues, organising a New Zealand night that I think in April that we're going to play.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be me, Philippa, Simon Beeston, a few others. Yeah. But it's cool. Yeah, there's a handful of.
I've heard there's quite a big community, and not just electronic music either, but also like band singers, all that sort of stuff from New Zealand. They get over there and they do quite well.
Yeah. It's kind of. I mean, it's a big city in the way that it's really spread out. So you kind of. We end up interacting with people who live in our close vicinity because it's but there's definitely a few Kiwis there.
How's your German? Fluent yet?
Let's put it this way: my 8-year-old son has far exceeded my capabilities.
But here's the thing, right? It's a lot easier for a kid to learn a new language when he's actually learning to talk, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's
How old were you when you went there?
No comment.
No comment. See, that already sounds too hard. If I went there in my like early 40s, I'd be like, no fucking way, I'm going to learn another.
What,
language.
like 20 years ago?
Yeah, 20 years ago. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I wish that was farther away than it really was. No. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about production.
Yeah, sure.
So when did you start getting into production, and what made you take the leap?
Yeah, right. I mean, I think I started messing around with it as early as like 2004, 2005.
Ableton?
No, then I had like a cracked copy of Reason that
Oh, right. Okay,
that someone
Yeah.
installed on my computer.
Yeah, someone installed.
Someone
and
installed.
Someone,
No,
so you walked out the room one day and came back and it was installed on
what's
your
this?
computer.
Yeah,
So we all had that. Like,
Yeah.
someone lended me their Adobe,
Yeah.
and I put it.
And
on.
you thought, well, shall I delete it? Nah, let's have a go. Anyway, go on, carry on.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
And I tinkered with it, but really didn't get that far. I think I maybe made a couple of pretty average tracks. That's actually probably putting it, and I'm giving myself too much credit for a couple of pretty terrible tracks.
Yep.
But then, around 2009, I can't even remember exactly why, but I decided to give it another crack, and then somehow just became quite consistent at it. Yeah.
So how much time were you spending on the production when you sort of from the time you sort of went back to it to the time you got your first track released?
I mean, I was working a full-time job, but I always kind of did other things in the evening and didn't, I guess, sleep that much. So I'd be up till like midnight, 1 a.m. working on music. And
So you obviously didn't have kids at that point.
I did not. No. Yeah. So I guess I was putting quite a lot of time into it. But then really moving to Berlin afforded me the opportunity of not having a job and
Sweet.
spending, long hours.
Did you have any musical background? You didn't study any music theory or
I still don't have any
that?
musical background.
Oh, wow. Well, to be honest with you, that's great to hear because like it just means there's hope for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a disrespectful. That sounded really disrespectful. I don't mean that at all.
I'm leaving.
But what I mean
I'm
is,
out
yeah. What I mean is, like I always think that you need to know something about music to sort of kind of be successful at making electronic music.
I think, there's definitely like things you need to learn.
Yeah.
But it also depends what kind of music you want to make. If you're making, say, I don't know, trance or something that's got a bit more of a harmonic, symphonic kind of backbone to it, then you probably need to know a bit more.
Yeah.
But to make some house music, you can throw together a few beats and
Did you notice that when Dylan said trance there, the thunder rumbled?
Was that thunder? I thought it was. Cool.
That one's for you, Ramesh. This guy's talking. Anyway, so what was the first track you got released then?
I can't. I was actually searching for this the other day.
Oh, really?
And I couldn't remember the name of it.
Here's the sign of a prolific music producer.
Yeah. And it's not on Beatport or Spotify any longer.
Oh, really?
I think it was on a label called Baroque, which was like a quite prolific UK label.
I think I've heard that, yeah.
So it was kind of like it was a big deal for me at the time. But that would have been 2010, I think. Yeah. Probably wasn't good enough to be released, really.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be too stoked on it now, but
So you wouldn't play it now?
probably not. Probably not. Yeah.
So do you have a... So I ask a lot of music producers this. So what's your kind of processes in creating tracks? So you sit down and you want to make a track. How do you start? Where's your influences? Where's your inspiration?
So my process for writing music is like I like to kind of take inspiration from my DJ sets and that kind of thing, or like I'm constantly like making lists of like samples and things that I might be able to use, or working with vocalists, basically just trying to find input. And because I there's nothing less creative to me than sitting down and staring at a blank computer screen.
Yeah.
So I like to have a bunch of material to start with, And then my process of writing a track will be to basically make a bunch of little sketches. And I want to do that in like a way where I have a bit of urgency so I don't overthink things. So I'll literally put a timer on my phone and go, okay, make something 2 hours or even an hour. And then after that's done, I'll export it as audio and then move on to the next one.
Wow.
And then I go through the process of like listening back to that and looking for the one that maybe has the most potential, but more like the most potential to be finished. So like the path of least resistance, right?
Yeah.
And then, I finish a lot of tracks, and then from them, I select the ones to release or the ones that kind of that I'm not too embarrassed about.
That's an interesting process actually. Do you have? I think I can't remember who it was, but there was one producer that we spoke to who sort of carried around a bit of I used to record sounds on their phone.
Yep.
And so, do you take inspiration from just like things you hear around you and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's always kind of inspiration from anywhere. Sometimes I'll have lyrics or something that will come to me and I'll make a note of that, record stuff in an airport or all sorts. You know. Basically, I think it's funny because I work with like kind of doing coaching and stuff for up and coming producers, and it's a really common question or concern that I hear, which is like, oh, how do you get inspiration? I'm like, fuck, I've got too much. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, you get fucking
I've kind of got. If I had 2 or 3 more lives to live, I don't think I could make all of the ideas bring all the ideas that I have to fruition. You know.
Yeah. On that rationale, though, does it stress you out that you're not doing enough, even though you're probably doing way more than most people?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I was literally, so when I was in Thailand, I was having this conversation with a colleague, and he was kind of talking about there's this kind of constant need to release music or just put stuff out to be relevant, you know, whether it's social media, different content, people used to release, a prolific producer would release 6 records a year. Now it's like 1 or 2 a month. And where does that get to? Is it exponential? Is it soon going to be like you have to release 1 record a week, and does that really benefit you? So I don't know. I mean, that's more of a question than an answer. But
I don't think it benefits us.
No,
it's just too much. It's like content now, like working in video and film and all that sort of thing. Like the days of quality have gone, and it's just like quantity. And literally within 15 minutes, you listen to something, I forget all about it. Or things last a week and then it's gone like a meme, effectively. Like you'll pour your heart and soul into something, which brings us into our line of work. It's like you want to pour your heart and soul and make like a short film that's just really quality, which it would have been 15 years ago. But now it's just like, it's just another thing. Watch it, get the likes, get the hits if you're lucky, and then it moves on. There's
an irony in that, like a lot of the stuff that gets really big and has traction now musically is either directly sampling or directly influenced by stuff from 20 years ago. Where's the Shakedown at Night from 2026? It's like it's crazy.
It is. There's a lot of regurgitated stuff, and it seems like the same track. They're always remixing the same track. Do you ever get asked to do remixes, or you probably do, but do you do many remixes?
I do a lot.
Do you do any for tracks that you're like, oh, fuck, this has been done to death?
So like I said at the start, I feel like at its core, a lot of the music that I make or I'm into now is essentially quite similar to the music that I got into, just kind of maybe repackaged in a more modern way. So I take a lot of the music that I loved from back then and like re-edit it and remix it for my own DJ sets. Like before Shipwrecked, I was sitting on my mate's couch in Hamilton and made like a remix of Dirty Vegas, Days Go By.
Oh, nice.
To play at Shipwrecked.
Yeah, wicked, yeah.
And I feel like that's, maybe something that as a producer, not just a DJ, that you can give you a little something extra.
Yeah.
So, but I really enjoy that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Something we haven't brought up yet, being in 2026, AI. Do you think there's a threat there? I think for a lot of us there is, but does it affect your creativity? Do you use AI in any kind of way? If not, why not? And what are your thoughts on the whole thing?
Right, that was quite a few questions.
But no, okay. AI, good or bad?
No. I think at the moment, AI it's kind of lowest common denominator in a way. Like, it's what I do is probably not as under threat because it's not the it's kind of not what it's focused on. It's focused on what's out there in the most quantity. I think it will become more of a thing, but at the moment, I think you can. So here's a story that that kind of opened my eyes to it. Okay, I got sent a promo just before I came on this tour and was like, "This is amazing," and have been playing this track. It's been one of the biggest tracks of my of all my shows in the last month and a half, and I started talking to the guy who wrote it, and he's a Russian guy, doesn't speak English that well, used AI to create the lyrics and then another AI program to write the vocal. So the track's not AI. He conceptualized the track.
Yeah.
He used these tools to help him bring it to fruition. That could have been working with the singer-songwriter or something, which personally I would probably prefer because I like that human interaction. But it means that there's potential there to be creative and use AI as a tool rather than I really don't like the idea of just saying, write me a house track that sounds like X, Y, and Z, and then and I don't know. I mean, I could be naive about it, but I don't know if you said write me a house track like Dilby, it would spit out a house track like Dilby. But maybe it would.
This guy's track, was it so with the vocals AI?
Yeah,
like not the actual sung vocals.
The sung vocals were AI.
It was. How do they sound? So pretty good because you kept
bloody
playing
amazing.
It out,
yeah, it's amazing.
So do you get sent a lot of promos? You must do, right? Yeah. So do you sit through and listen to every single one? And if you do, what's the percentage of shit compared to like stuff that you actually play?
I try to listen to as many as I can, but I can look at my phone. I think I get about probably 100 a day.
Oh, far out. Really?
Yeah, the quantity is just insane.
Wow.
So I listen to what I can.
Yeah.
So I was doing that at the airport before I came here.
Yeah.
I probably spent an hour and a half, and I think I downloaded 3 tracks.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you sort of obviously do you just sort of pick at certain points in the track? Listen
Yeah,
for a few seconds.
100%. I mean, but even when I was buying vinyl, I'd go and grab a stack of 50 records and go and it's just you kind of have to. I guess you develop a sense of what you might like. You miss stuff. Like sometimes I'll even maybe listen to something more in depth and be like, oh, it's not for me. And then hear someone play a track and be like, holy shit, what's that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's this. Oh, Jesus. I missed that one. Or I thought that was rubbish or whatever,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So going back to something you just said, vinyl.
Yeah.
Did you start off on vinyl? Tell us about that journey.
Yeah. So I mean, I started off just buying. So where I was living in Kingsland, and I was studying in central Auckland, and I was pretty broke. And I don't know what came first, buying vinyl or being pretty broke. But
one because of the other.
Yeah. But then I basically, Criminal Records, Nick Collins, shout out Nick Collins, was on my way home basically walking home because I had no money other than to stop off and spend everything I had in the record store.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I started buying vinyl before I could actually mix or anything. Like my flatmate had decks and played like funky house and the kind of like French filtered disco-y stuff, you know. So I kind of like would buy a couple of records and then try and mix them on his decks, and then eventually I bought my own and but I was more into the music, you know. And then the DJing thing kind of happened as I guess an extension of that, you know.
I take it you don't gig on vinyl anymore. I mean, you don't buy vinyl?
I actually do. I mean, not a lot.
Yeah.
But I buy old stuff on vinyl. Around 2008, 2009, I sold all my records, which was the most stupid thing. But I think it was like if you look at like vinyl as being like a financial market, it was like at an all-time low in value.
Yeah.
And I think I sold my whole record collection for a couple of $100.
How many records are we talking? Dare I ask?
Probably 5,000 or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
For a couple of $100. Oh my God.
I mean, like the thing, I was going to Real Groovy and selling them. So, but the thing is, they were almost worthless. No one wanted. They wouldn't even buy them.
Yes.
Or they'd go, okay, we'll give you 50 cents for that, and it was like.
Problem is, you got to find somewhere to store them.
I bought. I just a big record for me back then was Satoshi Tomi, Love and Traffic. That was a huge track back in the early 2000s, and I wanted to make like an edit of it, right? So I bought a copy off Discogs.
Yeah.
Maybe specific to that, because most of them are in really bad shape because they got played so much.
Yeah.
But I think I spent £55 plus shipping to get a good copy of that I could rip and make an edit from. Wow. So that's I could have had that or sold it for £55. You know, I could.
That's good to know because I've got that record.
Yeah.
It's in my collection.
Yeah.
So do any of your tracks get pressed to vinyl? Because obviously it's you know, it's coming back in and people like to play vinyl or not too. So what kind of who makes the decision to press your music to vinyl? Is it a record company or do you have any input?
Yeah, I mean different labels, depending on the label, the kind of niche that they're into, it kind of makes more or less sense for them to do it, you know. But I think last week had a record come out and on a label, a Berlin label that I work with quite a lot for many years called Bondage Music, and they have this pretty cool system where they release stuff vinyl and digitally, and on the vinyl they'll do 2 vinyl only tracks and 2 of the tracks that are available digitally, so it kind of gives people an incentive to purchase the vinyl.
Right.
But anyway, that's their marketing strategy. The thing where I big myself up is I think those had sold out on pre-order by the time they got released, so we're in the process of doing a fancy coloured vinyl repress. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So so I mean, but then other things it doesn't make sense to press on vinyl.
It must be so nice to have, like, I mean, obviously you make track digitally and they go out, but to actually have something solid.
Yeah, it feels like a little, it feels a little more real.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah.
I think solid state media is making a big comeback in all forms, really.
Yeah.
I mean, people are realizing that when you're buying things, you're not buying things when you're streaming stuff or you're just purchasing, not even, if you don't have a version of it, it's not yours. And they can change that or take it away at any time. So, solid state's really coming back. Plus, it sounds better. I think.
It's nice.
It definitely sounds
Depends. If you can play the greatest pressing of a vinyl if the equipment is not like upkept and you know.
Yeah.
Or even like I guess it's just not the norm now. So clubs would have, they might have really well maintained turntables, but the DJ booth is not. They've got subs under the DJ booth, and the needle's just jumping.
Yeah.
So I mean, I went from playing on vinyl to playing on Tractor with like record control. So I kind of skipped the whole CD thing pretty much.
Right. Yeah.
But it got to a point where that was just a nightmare because all the gear was awful.
Yeah.
And like I said, like the setups just didn't cater for it.
Yeah, with that sort of thing, you have to go in and spend a bit of time like unplugging the mixer, plugging in the sound card.
Yeah, and you're on your own. Like I mean, it's kind of different now, but there was a long period there where even the technicians at the club didn't really know or care about it. You know?
So would you do that before the night started, or how do you do it on a swap over? You have it already, or?
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, okay.
Since moving to US, like my life was a lot more simple since starting to use USBs, and I think I did that.
Yeah.
I mean, around 2013, 14, something. Yeah.
There must be some sick tech setups in Europe. Yeah. Like the clubs themselves, I mean, lighting, video, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
There must be some fucking mind-blowing stuff going on. Are you able to take much advantage of that, or do you? Or?
Yeah, I mean, where I'm at, and I mean, say if you're James Hype or Fisher or Rufus de Sol or something, you're having a big audio-visual experience created. I play underground venues or smaller clubs, so it's kind of.
But even still, there'd be some pretty cool.
I don't have
setup.
the budget or facilities to kind of do it.
Sure.
But like, so like I played last month in Fabric, and that's like just as a venue, that's sick. It's the audio experience in there is unreal.
Yeah.
Was that the first time you played there?
First time I played there.
Yeah.
It was,
That's like the
Little
holy
bucket list
grail of
tick.
London.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Fabric's been going around, going forever. So you mentioned before you got kids. One kid.
One kid.
One kid. Interested in music yet?
No.
Interested in what you do?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I do like or try to do like a monthly mix kind of thing. Sometimes I'll be recording it and look around and he's dancing in the back.
Nice.
But there's this kind of German kids. I don't know if you call it an artist. It's like a cartoon.
Yep.
Called Dicker. He's a hip hop rhino. And turns out one of the kids in his class has something to do with it. Is like involved in the production of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And my son came home from school a couple of weeks back and was like, "Actually, Papa, did you know you're not the most famous person in my class?"
Brilliant.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was going to say. So where can people find your stuff online to listen to? Obviously Spotify, all that sort of stuff, but tell me whereabouts exactly. Where do you prefer to have people listen to your stuff?
That's actually kind of a philosophical question because I, as a artist, I really can't say too many good things about Spotify.
Fair.
I don't think you were the first one.
You're not
to
the
say
first.
that.
I mean, but yeah, that is the main place. If you want to go and listen to my music, that's the main place to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want to purchase it, buy vinyl or buy music from Beatport. Yeah.
It's funny, Evie went and because now Spotify syncs up with Rekordbox or whatever it is now.
Yeah.
So you can use that. But there's no long mixes, so they're all like 2-3 minute songs.
Yeah.
It's a fucking pain in the ass. She was trying to mix last night, and I was like, "Gee, this is really short. She's cutting these off pretty quick."
Yeah.
Very brave. It was just that long.
Yeah.
Well, it's just for listening, isn't it? It's not really.
Yeah. No.
Beatport have a streaming option now where you can, I don't know, sign up to a subscription.
Yeah.
And I think it's integrated with Pioneer stuff, so you can actually load up your account.
Right. Yep.
In the hardware.
I noticed you're quite active on social media. Was that something that you made a point of making sure that you were on top of? Because obviously there's a thing about there's a thing about social media and social media DJs and stuff. But do you think it's important to keep up with the social media in order to keep your career on track? Or
I think it's imperative. If whether or not I want to do it is a complete other question. Like if it wasn't so important for making my job work, I would probably never post on Instagram again.
Brilliant.
I think that goes for a lot of us.
Yeah,
And we work in visual
hates
arts.
it, man.
It's like, I
It's
fucking hate it.
That's what it is.
Yeah. It's so complicated and but algorithms and all that sort of stuff. It's like, that's not what we got into the business for.
No.
Really, is it? It's to create cool shit.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
it's, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like if you create something, are you doing it for the process of the creation, or are you doing it for someone to consume it?
Yeah.
Philosophical.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
But like,
True though.
and I think like it, I guess if I were to just create music and no one was ever to hear it,
Yes.
my career wouldn't last very long, right? So you need both. You need to enjoy the process, but then you need people to consume it. Otherwise, you aren't able to have a career. You don't have a career, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately or not, social media is how you facilitate that these days.
Are you doing the social media for the benefit of promoters to book you, for fans to connect with you, for record labels to see how relevant you are? What is the purpose?
Basically just fear and panic. I mean, I guess it's a good question. I think at its core, even more than music, unfortunately now, the currency is having an audience, which is pretty sad in a way, but that's the reality that we live in, that, you can make the best music ever. And if you're not able to prove that you have an audience for that, then you can't make a living out of it. Which is kind of, I don't know, it's quite bizarre. There's a lot of like really weird Black Mirror-esque kind of, it's, then it's kind of, like you said, it's philosophical, because it's like, well, then if you just buy an audience, which you easily can, then you get booked to play shows, but you don't actually have a real audience, so no one comes. But then because you're getting booked to play those shows, maybe you grow a real audience, and I don't know. It's
a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you feel about? This is not a loaded question, I promise.
Sounds like it's going to be a loaded question, doesn't it?
Go away. So how do you feel about the so-called social media DJ that comes on like with a gazillion followers, does a lot of videos, and then gets booked to do a gig? I mean, like, there's a lot of online stuff to, obviously against that sort of stuff. I mean, there's a particular video of someone burning out on Boiler Room, which got a lot of crap. So what's your feelings around that? Or you're trying to keep it out?
I mean,
and name names if you can. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, don't. No.
You want me to talk about some local New Zealanders?
Now you can name names.
No, I mean, it's bizarre. It's but it it makes sense, really, because it's not like called the music hobby, it's the music industry, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, festivals, clubs, whatever, they're trying to sell tickets, and these people can sell tickets. It's like I said, that kind of attention economy. But I think there really needs to be somewhat of a balance, like I think, because at the end of the day, it's the consumer that loses. If you just, if you get some, like what you mentioned about this recent circus on Boiler Room, like who's winning there? If you imagine if you went to that gig and that was the reality of what you'd paid a ticket to go to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just that just feels like the bar's being set so low.
It is, but it's almost like I hate to say it, but yes, if you'd gone to the gig and been in front of that DJ, you'd be going, this really is crap. But it's almost like it's blown up online. Everyone's really happy with it. Do you know what I mean? So you've got like this kind of audience that wants that to happen.
Yeah,
because they're indulging in it, and then they're sharing it.
But
and
okay, so
laying down comments.
If you're a promoter and you're looking for the next up and coming hot thing to book, and I can't remember the names of these people that were on Boiler Room, but I guess they've had millions of eyes on them now, right? Do you think they're getting booked for that?
Well, no.
I think it's like blowing up people's meme pages who are sharing it more than like creating traction for them.
Yeah,
and those people are probably getting more sort of hate traction, so they'll get sponsors ringing them up saying, "Oh, can you come on this show and we'll try something else and fail at this and fail at that." It becomes fail culture.
What were those?
Like the Jake and Logan Paul, for example. Right?
Or even more. I think. Do you remember the Island Boys? They were like this kind of like young, weird, hip hop.
Oh, the
duo,
and stuff?
All the tats and the kind of palm tree, dread hair, like they made a career out of being hated. I mean, I don't think it had a lot of longevity, but they had their moment, their 15 minutes,
and they made their 15 million, and that's all they give a fuck about.
Yeah.
So Logan and Jake Paul, right? Who fought Logan and Jake? Jake fought what's his name recently. Jaw smash, 90 million in the bank. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
I get a new jaw for that much money.
My jaw smashed for that.
But at the same time, you look at that and it's like, is boxing winning? No,
it's
fucking terrible.
It's terrible.
It's awful to watch.
On one thing I'd say about Jake Paul though, if we're going into this, is that he does an awful lot for women's boxing. And women's boxing is on the up at the moment. Like the support bout he had was
great.
Really
they
good.
were really good. And it was the same with the Tyson one as well.
Yeah, that was dreadful. But the women's title match was amazing, unbelievable, really good.
So it's actually making women's boxing look better.
Yeah,
he's such a feminist.
I'll get my jaw broken by Anthony Joshua as long as we can get some women on the belt.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's his main motivation.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. But
he's taking one for the team.
Yeah, we certainly did there. Yeah.
So I bring it to a close now. Why are you in New Zealand? What's going on at the moment? What's brought you back?
I said nothing better to do.
No.
I mean,
you should be on social media.
Yeah. No, it's kind of an annual pilgrimage. Back to see family and play some shows and So, as I said, I played Shipwrecked last weekend, which was phenomenal. Playing Mothership tonight in Auckland and Meow in Wellington tomorrow.
Sweet.
And then off to Australia.
Off to Australia? Oh, so you got some gigs in Aussie?
Yep. So I'm kind of halfway through a 6-week tour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So it's not really a holiday then, is it?
No. Well, I mean, I've just been hanging out in Nelson for a few days.
It's a great thing about being a touring DJ, isn't it? You can sort of integrate everything into going away.
Yeah.
And by the time this podcast goes out, if you're in Australia, go on.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, thanks heaps for coming in, and thanks for taking your time to stop by.
Yeah.
And it means a lot to us. And
it does.
Best of luck. Best of luck for the rest of your tour holiday.
Thank you.
And best of luck for everything else going on in Europe.
Cheers. Hey, awesome. Thanks for the invitation. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
No problem.
Redlining.